His chances of winning Saturday's Caulfield Guineas received a major boost today after he drew barrier 2. But his trainer is being ultra careful, employing round-the-clock security to guard his multi-million-dollar colt.
He's the most relaxed horse you could meet, but no chances are being taken with star colt Testa Rossa. Trainer Dean Lawson hiring a security firm to ensure nothing goes wrong in the lead-up to the Group 1 Caulfield Guineas on Saturday.
I mean, it's quite a wide area, the stables here, and the BRC have a night watchman driving around, but they probably only do a sweep around every hour or so. So when there's so much money involved in a big occasion like this, well, every little bit helps.
After his final track gallop this morning, Lawson declared the winner of $1.6 million in just 11 starts, ready for the most important race of his career.
Haven't had a problem with him the whole way through, and Damien rode him on Tuesday morning and said he thought he was spot on, so that's pretty good for me.
Having rejected several big offers to buy the horse in recent weeks, owner John Capellan admits the Guineas is the race he and Lawson have planned to win since choosing the colt at the Magic Million sales 2 years ago. Testa Rossa's main obstacle will again be arch-rival Redoute's Choice. The pair drawn alongside each other for the Guineas, Testa Rossa in barrier 2, Redoute's Choice in 1.
He covered more ground last time than he should have, but it's always nice to draw in the Guineas. First run at the mile, and he's going to have a cosy run up on the speed just behind the leaders somewhere, and, you know, luck goes his way. He's going to be very hard to beat.
Still to come on Sports Tonight, taking a spin around the Vatican, the day of Michael's life. Too cold for win.
See, tomorrow's Group 1 Caulfield Guineas is a match race between Boom Colts, Redoute's Choice and Testa Rossa. Citing the race's history of boilovers, Wayne Hawkes believes jockeys Jim Cassidy and Damien Oliver might focus so intensely on each other, the race could open up for one of his stable's 3 runners.
Wayne Hawkes has been hearing it all week. The Caulfield Guineas is a 2-horse race.
No horse is unbeatable. It doesn't matter whether you've got the best horse in the race. Everyone's seen that before. The best horse can get beat.
But funny things happen in these sorts of races when jockeys think they only have to worry about one other.
Everywhere Damien goes, he's going to be looking over his shoulder or on his inside for Jimmy. So maybe they might be worrying about each other and we might just be sitting back or forward smoking our pipe.
His logic found an unlikely ally in the trainer of Redoute's Choice, Rick Horlacey.
Historically, it hasn't been. There have been a lot of upsets in the race, mainly because the majority of the field are going over 1,600 metres for the first time.
While the Hawks camp is hopeful, this has been a hoodoo race for them, beaten in the Guineas with horses like Octagonal, Anthems and Dracula. Tomorrow they'll saddle up 3 runners, Align, Commands and Dangerous, who was the stable pick, until drawing the outside barrier.
There was a horse called Arena this time last year that won a maiden at Newcastle and came through and ended up winning a Derby, and Dangerous is sort of on a similar path.
No such problems for Jim Cassidy, who'll jump Redoute's Choice from 1 and might even lead.
I never hesitate to lead in any race. If you're pulling and you've got to go forward, well, so be it. But I'll just be going out to ride my own race. Won't be worrying too much about Ollie, but naturally I'll know where he is. And
tomorrow will be testing time for him, and there will certainly be no excuses if he is beaten.
In other racing news, trainer Leon Corstens has lost his last-ditch bid to avoid a 3-month suspension to begin on Sunday nights, leaving Caulfield Cup fancy Laybeal without a trainer, just 1 week from her main spring mission. Gerard Waitley, 10 News.
After a horrendous debut as our racing tipster, the pressure is on Gerard Waitley this week. His best bet at Caulfield tomorrow comes up in the Yalumba Stakes. Sydney champ, Tie the Knot. The lucky long shot is the Peter Hayes-trained Nina Haraka in race 8, the Toorak Handicap.
Plus, the spot you stay up for, our plays of the week.
What a day it promises to be here at Caulfield tomorrow. And by the end of racing, we should have a pretty good idea who the best 3-year-old and the best weight-for-age horse in the country is. The feature's the Caulfield Guineas. The 2 horses expected to fight it out, Redoute's Choice and Testa Rossa, are ready to race.
Tomorrow will be testing time for him, and there will certainly be no excuses if he is beaten.
He's flying. He's worked very well and 100% going into the Guineas on Saturday.
Are you looking forward to it? Another showdown with Redoute's Choice?
Yeah, it's getting like that, isn't it? But I think we'll hold a slender lead at the moment, so hopefully we can keep our nose in front.
But if you don't believe in two-horse races, John Hawkes has 3 runners, and he believes he can win the Guineas. A line?
I mean, this is the race he's been set for, and the horse looks absolutely spot on. His work's been top class, and he's definitely improved since he's been here.
Commands?
Well, I mean, you know, he has done a lot this week because he won the other day, and he's been a bit hot and cold and everything. But gee, if he's, you know, if he happens to put it all together, well, he's probably, you know, could well be the best one, definitely of our 3 anyway.
And the other one, Dangerous?
He's really good. His form's been good in Sydney, and he's just been taking his time to come right, Dangerous, and he's just about there now.
Arca Bilk, he's the mystery runner.
Yeah, we've only had him 2.5 weeks. It's a bit of a mystery to us too, but his form in New Zealand was pretty good.
After Testa Rossa digs deep, finds and wins. Testa Rossa magnificent over Nina Haraka.
It's a race you can sort of, if she draws a barrier, she's probably going to be very hard to beat.
Form line's terrific through the 2 3-year-olds, isn't it?
Yeah, they're both exceptional sort of horses, and she split them, so, you know, she's going to be very hard to beat in this handicap conditions.
I'm not sure that he can win there on Saturday. It just depends on a bit of luck, and you know, it'd be nice if he drew good and could just get a soft run midfield and have a bit of luck, and then we'd really see if he hits out in the straight.
For trainer Dean Lawson, these are nervous times. His star 3-year-old Testa Rossa has achieved a great deal, but the Caulfield Guineas is the race he was bought to win.
He's done everything right from day one and never put a foot wrong, and you don't really have to teach him all too much because he just knows what he has to do, and you know, that's why he's always in the finishes, because he just does the least amount of mistakes possible.
Testa Rossa, he's going like a real machine in the last 100 metres, and home he goes. Testa Rossa first by 4 lengths, Silly Magic second. Shelton got third.
He's oblivious to the excitement he creates, named to be a speed machine but loaded with character. He only gets upset when the feed bin is empty, and when he hits the racetrack, he fights like a bulldog.
It's Testa Rossa, clear 100 out. He's kicked away by 2. Nina Haraka's coming after Testa Rossa. Testa Rossa digs deep, finds and wins. Testa Rossa magnificent over Nina Haraka.
But for all the fun Testa Rossa has provided, winning 8 of 11 starts and amassing $1.6 million, tomorrow is his test. He must win the race he has been trained his entire career for, the Group 1 Caulfield Guineas, and the pressure is building.
Well, it gets to me. I mean, I haven't slept for 3 days, and I've got 2 more days to go, so by Saturday lunchtime, I think I'll be just ratchet.
There's a lot of money involved with a horse like this, and every race he wins, his value goes up, so there is a little bit of pressure behind it, but you just try and forget about all that and just get the horse fit and well and let the horse do the job.
Bought for just $45,000 and named after a Ferrari, the horse has proved the star Dean Lawson needed and owner John Capellan has been searching for.
Yeah, I think he's worth more than a couple of Ferraris at the moment, you know, but his name suits him, I think, you know, that he's a speed machine.
You've got to make hay while the sun shines, and you just never know when you're going to get a horse this good again, so you've got to make the most of it.
But the Guineas is not necessarily the race for fairy tales. In 1987, a Kiwi colt named Our Poetic Prince walked laps of the mounting yard while the stewards trod on the little colt's dreams. It was this interference at the top of the straight which allowed a protest by Ma Wong to be upheld, a decision which still rates among the most controversial to this day. And last year it was heartbreak for Laurie's Lottery, taken on in front and left a sitting duck for Kenwood Melody. But luck is not Testa Rossa's main obstacle tomorrow. That tag is reserved for arch-rival Redoute's Choice. And he'll need to be every bit as good as the Boom to beat the little professional, the much-loved horse Testa Rossa.